In 1955, the US entered Vietnam under the guise of wanting to stop the spread of communism and defend democracy. Instead, they killed over 2 million Vietnamese soldiers and civilians, poisoned the land, displaced entire towns, leaving the country more unstable than when they entered. In 2003, the US entered Iraq without the approval of the UNO to remove Saddam Hussein, claiming that he had weapons of mass destruction. They didn't find any weapons, but that did not stop them, because the war that they waged killed over hundreds of thousands of Iraqis, displaced them from their towns, dismantled state institutions. In fact, when they were leaving, the vacuum that they had created is what led to the rise of ISIS in Iraq. Now, in 2011, they sent airstrikes into Libya in a bid to remove Gaddafi from terrorizing his citizens. All well and good, he was terrorizing them. They overthrew him, they killed him, but they did not have a post-war plan. The country descended into civil war, into lawlessness. The country had went into chaos and never looked back. Till today, it's still split between rival governments. They are still plagued with terrorism, slavery, armed militia, just all kinds of things, because the US intervened. Why am I saying this? The US threatening to enter Nigeria. You are smiling. It's not going to end well. History, you should go back and read history. There are so many more examples that I did not cite today, but there are so many reasons why you should be scared that Donald Trump is threatening to send
This is Qinspride. I do remember making a video and dropping a video on this channel concerning an East African man who advised Nigerian youth. He advised some Nigerian youth, and people commented. There were mixed reactions, and a lot of people said a lot of things based on their own varying opinion. This is strictly my opinion, and I will keep dropping my opinion on this channel. Before we start this, I still want to clarify, is there genocide in Nigeria? Christian genocide, yes. We are not denying that. That is the truth. And it's been happening for a long time now.
Walking down the streets, feeling the breeze, in the sunshine state where dreams come with ease. Palm trees swaying with the ocean in view. This is the place where I always feel brand new. Sipping on a smoothie, chilling by the shore. Got my shades on, feeling like I can't be ignored. Sun-kissed skin, feeling so alive in the soft rap game. I strive to thrive. Waves crashing on the sand as I ride the vibe. Soft rap flowing, let the rain.
If you are 35 years down, you may not understand what I'm talking about. However, if you are from 36 upwards, maybe you will understand what I'm talking about. If we are going to be honest with ourselves, we will know that the kind of genocide or killing of Christians that happened within the late 90s through the early 2000s, the kind of killings, religious killings that took place in Nigeria was worse than what we are seeing now. Allow me to land. Don't get me wrong. Are there massive killings of people in the north, the Christians, and also the killing of people in the middle belt? Yes. However, during the past years, it's been worse. We did not invite outsiders to help us. There was a time it stopped or greatly reduced. Something happened. Something triggered it. Not foreigners. In the late 90s and early 2000s, it was more of Christians being killed in the north, in various places in the north. So many people were massacred. The then government, it was actually part of what they battled. The killing, the massacre of Christians in the north. There were so many people that were killed in Yobe. Many people were killed in Gombe. So yes, genocide had been occurring for a long time now. The only difference is that then we did not have the means to shout to the world. Then we didn't have the opportunity to talk about it via social media. Then it was more of NTA, so many news channels, because the kind of people did not have phones then. And later on, during the early 2000s, it was more of Nokia 3310 and so many other things. That wasn't the era of social media. And so a lot of foreigners didn't know. In fact, if you ask me, it has greatly reduced. We no longer hear that massive destruction of people because of their religious belief, like it was before now. Then they will massacre people who won't even know about it. But something happened and it greatly reduced. It greatly reduced to a point that it became more political, like political agitation, bombing, and abduction that took place in 2014. Before then, Christians were being massacred in the north. Until one day, the Christians in the north, especially those in Kano, decided to take laws into their own hands. It was the Abba people who said no. You know, there is something you should understand. The more they pursue you and you run, the more they come after you. If they don't kill you today, tomorrow they will kill your brother or your sister. The Christians in the north said enough is enough. So when they came after them, they came after them as well. It became a clash, the war of the titans. Do you know why? Because government didn't do anything. If you and I are waiting for governments to interfere in this, you should understand that it is we, the youth, that will liberate our nation. Most of these are politicians. They've sold their souls to the devil. Most of them, they benefit from this chaos. So, when the youth said enough is enough, people in Aba deployed people. There was an uproar in the northern region, and Christians decided to fight and defend themselves. So many Christians were brutally massacred, and so many Muslims were brutally massacred. After that war, after the fight, there came the end of Christian massacre. In these areas in the north, gradually they've started again. This is not a time to start shouting on social media, because currently we have youths who are mostly online ranters. The youth back then, they did not have time for social media because it did not exist in their own radar, and they took care of the situations. We have youth in this nation. If the youth in Benue who are in the diaspora, because those in the villages, they are already weak, but the youth in the diaspora can mobilize. You know the nitty-gritties, you know the corners, you know the places. Mobilize youth. I do not believe that governments will come to our aid. They have not been helping. The police will come, they will do their job today, tomorrow they won't. Our youth will stand up until there is a retaliation. Until there are youth that will say, no, you cannot invade our land. I'm talking about youth with enough ammunition to fight these rebels. They will not stop. They are Nigerian youth. All these villages whose villagers or village heads collected money from these Fulani headsmen. A young Fulani headsman narrated that they do give money to the chiefs or the village heads before they will be allowed to settle.
So, did you know that 95% of the Fulanis that you are seeing in your village, we always used to pay your traditional rulers before we landed into your village? But some of you guys don't know anything about it. But seriously, any Fulani that you can see in your village, or any Fulani that can spend like 1 to 3 or 5 months in your village, I see it to go, they used to pay your traditional rulers. So we used to pay them money before they would allow us to stay like 1 to 3 months in their places. But if like we just pass, they will not collect them. But if we come and spend like 3 to 4 months, we must pay them. So I know some of you guys don't know about it. So we used to pay your traditional rulers. Serious about. I see so many people are saying we are going around with in the bushes that we did not own. Which I say we used to pay for it. Actually, the traditional rulers, I swear we used to pay them. If we will spend like 1 to 2 to 3 months, we'll go and find them. We'll give them money, they'll collect. Before we will stay. So stop saying we are going around with our cows in your bushes and we're not giving you guys anything, which it is wrong. We are paying. I say, Zam.
Have you seen? What have we done? What did we do? Instead, we are still chasing those at Abuja. We need to go back to the drawing board. All these villages that have Fulani headsmen, they need to be what? To be probed. They need to be asked questions. The youth of the land will need to probe them. And they shall face justice. Until they face justice, this calamity will not end. Because most of them do receive calls from the upper echelon. By the time the youth will deal with you as a village head, when your phone rings next time, you will not pick it to do their bidding. Dear Nigerian youth, if we can sit back and go to the drawing board, if we can sit back and review, if we can go back to our drawing board, we'll be able to solve these problems. The problems of the Fulani herdsmen in our communities can be solved if we, the youth, will go back to our communities to ask our leaders their questions. They are the problem. I want to also give us another example. I know a lot of our youth are young. How many of you knew about the terrorism in Onitsha in the 90s and early 2000s? Between 1995 through 2000, Onitsha was a terror. How many of you knew about that? Let me tell you a little story about the terrorism in Onitsha. Armed robbers or criminals reigned terror in Onitsha, Anambra State, within the late 90s and the early 2000s. But it was solved. The problem was solved. It was solved to a point that if you drop your pin in Onitsha, if you forget your money on the road, if you go where you are going to and return, you will meet your money there. So what happened? You see, I will always say it. Have you people asked yourself, why is it that Abia State is one of the safest states in this nation? Go and ask. Abia State is one of the regions in this nation that have peace because of the kind of people they have. Their youth, they don't easily involve the law or government or police. They deal with it squarely because they know where they prepare them. The then Bakassi, the Aba people, formed Bakassi to cleanse their land. And the then governor, Chinwoke Mbadunuju, after seeing the terror of these criminals in Onitsha, he said no. He asked the people, what do you want me to do? They said, we no longer need the law. We don't need police or army or military. Don't involve federal government. We need our people. And then, Bakassi people from Abia State entered Onitsha. Go and ask questions. When the youth said enough is enough, Onitsha became calm. People faced justice. You may call it jungle justice, but it worked. Because that is the only thing needed. All their sponsors, all the Hitlers, Onitsha became sterilized. Onitsha knew peace. How many of you were in Onitsha in the early 2000s? And just within months, Onitsha became sanitized of armed robbers. Onitsha became sanitized of criminals. Onitsha became sanitized of killers and hitlers. Onitsha became sanitized of kidnappers. Onitsha became sanitized of 419ers and scammers. Ask question. Anyone that heard of Onitsha and Bakassi will tell you what I'm telling you. It was the youth of this nation that solved the problem. America did not solve it for us, sweethearts. Britain did not solve it. Governments did not solve it. We solved it. Up through now, the effect is still rippling in Onitsha. I'm going to give you another story. How many of you knew about Osisi Kanko in Aba? Osisi Kanko, the man who held Aba hostage with fear. Between 2007 through 2010, Aba, the commercial as well as the heartbeat of Abia State, became a city of fear. Go and do your research. People fled Aba. Osisi Kanko, born Obioma Wanko, wasn't just a criminal. He was more than a nightmare from Aba to Rivers State. He formed a gang of 3,000 men and they turned kidnapping into a full-scale industry. He targeted the rich, the powerful, the officials, the expatriates, ordinary people, and even poor people. There was a time Aba became a ghost town. People didn't even sleep at night. Many people abandoned their homes. Many slept in churches instead of their homes. He kidnapped British nationals, Chinese nationals, German nationals, Colombians, etc., working in the East then, and demanded for ransom. How many of you heard about Stone Okute? A member of his gang who raided 5 banks in Osisioma area in Aba. Religious leaders were kidnapped as well. However, on the 27th of September 2010, 15 school children were kidnapped. That was the time the country took notice of it. And the Nigerian youths pressured government to allow them step into the matter, because the police and the army weren't really doing enough until the then president Goodluck Ebele Jonathan ordered a joint military task force alongside dedicated, ready, available and ready to die youths, and they launched a manhunt. It was very intense. The battle was fierce when they stormed his base, but after the dust settled, Osisi Kanko was dead and all his gangs destroyed. All his members from the beginning through the end were destroyed. Aba knew peace once again. It was the Nigerian youths that did it, because even the military, they were youths of Nigeria. The Nigerian youths did it, not America, not outside forces. Whenever the youth say enough is enough, they mean it, and we can do it. I have another story I want to narrate to you. This happened in Abia State. And when I still tell us that Abians, they are different. See, those people, they don't shout for government to help them. They don't need government intervention. They are the intervention. And that is what we need in this nation. In the year 2007, something started happening in an ancient kingdom in Abia State. And this started all of a sudden, and it became a menace. They started from stealing to robbing. There was a land called Uzuakoli in Abia State. The land of Uzuakoli in 2007 met a deep robbery crisis. And you know what happened? After a while, the villagers said no, enough is enough. So the youth of that land called all the youth in the diaspora. So many people came back home. What did they do? Each family sent a representative that went back home, and they had a meeting. And after their meeting, they realized that there are moves. So they had meeting after meeting, and they decided to form vigilantes. They want their people coming back home or people going out at night to always go with their ID card. This youth from the diaspora that came back home warned all the villagers to always ensure that they are in their houses or not before 10 p.m. And if you have any reason to be outside your home by 10 p.m., make sure that it is something very important and go along with your ID card, because they want to fish out the perpetrators. They want to find out where this problem is coming from. And in the end, unfortunately for the criminals, when they came into the land again, because they were not even from the land, however, they have an insider, their leader, an insider, one of the top people that used to lead the youth then. And when they caught them, did you hear any story? Justice took place. Listen, let me tell you, in Abia State, police do not get involved in any criminal case. Mostly in Abia State. Go and ask. Apart from all these big cities like Aba and the rest of them, if you go to places like Ohonfia, Zuakole, Abereba, Edha, Mboro, and the rest of the places, if you go to these areas and you steal, you will face the law of their land. And the law of their land is justice. They use their hands to cleanse their land. And in 2007, they dealt with these criminals. And from then up through now, robbery ended. We've been hearing of kidnapping, right? Early last year, last 2 years, something like that also wanted to happen. Someone was kidnapped in Abia State, in a particular ancient kingdom. And normally the youths were supposed to rant on social media and pray for government to come and help them. These people said no, they will take care of it. Their elders stood up and went on a journey because the elders of the land want the land to have peace. They went and did their research, and the youth swung into action, and within days, these kidnappers were caught. And brothers and sisters, they were also relatives of the kidnapped, alongside other people that they involved. Anyway, justice took its course. Did you hear anything? No. The youth of the land did justice to it, and the land became peaceful. Anambra people started again. This one, it was now kidnapping, 419 and scam. And the then governor brought some people to view. And what happened? They started dealing with them squarely. They would deal with them. They would destroy their buildings. They would destroy. Because when you destroy it, you destroy their cabals. Kidnapping stopped. Now they are trying to rear their head. Their people are trying to stop them. If you don't stop them, they will grow wings. What I am saying is this. The youth of these various regions should stand up. If your politicians won't do anything, because many of them are not willing to do anything, it is you, the youth, that will do something. You know the nooks and the corners of your land. Mobilize your people from the diaspora. We have Benue people that are resident in Lagos. We have able-bodied youth. Take care of your land. America will not help us. If we want to show that we can stand on our own, then you don't need America. My Southeasterners wanting America to come, is that how we are going to achieve the Biafra? I do not like talking about Biafra because it is a holy name. But we need to stand on our own. It's been happening. There were issues that happened in the Yoruba land. Their OPC took care of it. Have you forgotten that there were times Lagos was also terrorized? Their OPC dealt with them. They are Nigerians. Now we go liberate ourselves. Genocide in Nigeria? Yes. Christians are being massacred. Muslims are being massacred. People are massacred not for religious reasons. We have tribal wars. Our politicians are benefiting from them. But it takes few people in the land. Not all politicians are terrible. So, the Nigerian youth, if you ask me, we can take care of this situation. Amongst us, when government turns and sees that our people are not ready to back down, all these villages, by the time you take care of this nonsense going on in these villages, they will stop. We can do it. Always coming online to shout about it will not solve the problem. Coming online to display the people that they've buyed will not solve our problem, dear brothers and sisters. We will solve the problem. Pack your bags. Go for training. Get yourself equipped. Go home. Where are the youth in the diaspora? Send representatives. The representatives can stay in the city and do their meeting. Who are your vigilantes? How strong and well equipped are they? You can solve this problem. When a stranger enters your land and you tell the stranger to walk out, and by the time they turn and brings out their gun and they already see you with your ammunition, they will go home. We've always been the ones saving ourselves. Until we decide to stop this menace in this nation, it will not stop. The law works for a few. Why are we behaving as if we don't know? How do you think America will save you? America does not save people. America saves only America. Go and read the manifesto of Trump. Trump said it.
The golden age of America begins right now. From this day forward, our country will flourish and be respected again all over the world. We will be the envy of every nation, and we will not allow ourselves to be taken advantage of any longer. During every single day of the Trump administration, I will very simply put America first. Our sovereignty will be reclaimed. Our safety will be restored, and our top priority will be to create a nation that is proud, prosperous, and free. America will soon be greater, stronger, and far more exceptional than ever before. I return to the presidency confident and optimistic that we are at the start of a thrilling new era of national success. A tide of change is sweeping the country, sunlight is pouring over the entire world, and America has the chance to seize this opportunity like never before. We now have a government that cannot manage even a simple crisis at home, while at the same time stumbling into a continuing catalog of catastrophic events abroad. It fails to protect our magnificent, law-abiding American citizens, but provides sanctuary and protection for dangerous criminals, many from prisons and mental institutions that have illegally entered our country from all over the world. We have a government that has given unlimited funding to the defense of foreign borders, but refuses to defend American borders or, more importantly, its own people.
We are all threats to America. During the time of Chibok, the then president rejected them. However, we were the ones that forced him to accept American military. I know some of you will say, oh, who was the president then? America is America. We have the Republicans and the Democrats. American government is American government. Their mission is their mission. That they changed face does not matter. After all, Trump was also in office. When the calamities befell Nigeria, Trump was also in power then. What did he do? America will still remain America. Dear Nigerian youth, you and I are the ones that will take care of our problems. We are going to start from us. If we can stand and say no, enough is enough. And during the election, you and I will not allow ourselves to be used as talks, then this country will be better. Until then, we need to have our sense.
Arise, O Nigerians, the ancestors call to thee. The spirits of the spirits, the echoes of strength, rings through the chosen. Arise, O the chosen ones, the giant of Africa. In unity we stand, in resilience we conquer. Africans are true to the ancient figure.